Hello vegan adventurers, welcome to the last vlog in Chile. So today we're gonna be traveling to Ushuaia, Argentina over the bigger channel. So it's been a great month and a half in Chile. We experienced some really good things like hiking in Pucón and San Navarino, and we also shared some bad experiences like Valparaiso. But overall it's been a great experience, and we have to wait for the boat till the afternoon because of the strong wind. So we decided to rent bicycles, and we're gonna explore the local waterfall, Los Bronces, which is only about 8 kilometers from Puerto Williams. So after just a few minutes after we got out of town, we got to this dirt road, and as you can see there's some geese walking around freely. They're not really scared because they don't have any predators on this island, and it's a really beautiful nature here. The wind was quite strong today, so we were progressing quite slowly, but nevertheless it's a beautiful landscape here, not touched by humans so much. So when we got to the ocean, we saw why they canceled the boat ride. It's because the wind was so strong and the waves so big, it will be dangerous to go with the boat. But we're not sure if the conditions are gonna improve in the afternoon and if we're still gonna go today. It was funny to me that even here at the end of the world there's maybe 2,000 people living here, and people still build the barbed wire fences to protect their properties. The human greediness doesn't have any limits. Okay, so we just left our bikes here by the side of the road. They told us that they don't steal here, so we trust them now. And there should be a waterfall following this river somewhere in about 20 minutes. So you're gonna see the waterfall. It's around 12:15 and we need to be back by 3. So just gonna reach the waterfall, have lunch and get back. So after about 5 minutes of hiking uphill through non-visible path, we finally found this path near the river with visible markings, which was great because this path was not on Maps.me. So it took us about 20 minutes from the road to arrive at the waterfall Los Bronces. Oh. Nice. That's nice. So I was surprised how big this waterfall was and that there was nobody here. So I don't think they're promoting this much, or maybe they have it as a business for tour guides. after getting enough of the waterfall, we saw that there was a path going above the waterfall, and then there was this bridge, and we decided to cross it and check it out. So after about 20 meters after the bridge, the path was finishing and there was a nice lookout of the waterfall. So we're just having a lunch here. We bought some bread. We're not sure if it has a milk powder or something, but there was seriously nothing else to eat. So yeah, this is the only case when you can't be like 100% vegan when there is nothing else to eat. Yeah. And we're eating salsa and some jam also, and peas. Where did you put the peas? In here. And this piece as well. Yep, that's how we stay vegan. So it's 1:30 and 3 minutes, and we just finished lunch here. Making sure we didn't forget anything. And it's still kind of windy, so we have about 1 hour till Puerto Williams, and then hopefully at 3 we can go to Ushuaia. And on the way back we saw these cows, and they're actually free, so they're domesticated but they're freed into wilderness, and they can actually survive even the harsh winters under freezing degrees under zero. So people ask that what would you do with all the domesticated animals? Like, you simply release them in the wild and they can survive on their own. So on the way back we got a nice tailwind, so we're going much faster than on the way there, and we had some spare time left, and we stopped at this botanic garden, and here is the map, and we're actually going there yesterday near this river Robalo, so we decided to check out these trails a little bit. Reflection. That's what people who eat meat need. That. No? Am I right, guys? Is eating meat ethical or not? I don't think it is. found some information tables about different plants and trees, and it's incredible how people can build things for free if there is no business and money involved. So there's not so many tourists here that would pay for it, but they can still find finances to build these spots and information tables. But if this was somewhere on the mainland with lots of people, people would get more greedy and the money would be involved. So if we had more time, we would definitely stay here longer, as there are more trails to be explored, but we had to head back to return the bicycles and catch a bus to Ushuaia. So here you can see the hill we were going yesterday, Cerro Bandera, and from there we're continuing along this path all the way to the Laguna del Salto, and from there we got back through the woods. It was an epic hike. You can check out the video on my channel. It was one of the most scenic and adventurous hikes I ever did, so definitely check it out. So looking at these amazing wild horses, I cannot help but to point out the hypocrisy of people when they would try to protect these animals and look at them as beautiful, and they would never kill them and eat them, but yet they would do the same to cows, who are only a little bit different than horses. So we got back to Puerto Williams, returned the bicycles, and had to wait for 1 hour till they got us the stamps in our passport for leaving the Chile. And now we are sitting in a bus on the way to Isla Navarino port, which is gonna take maybe an hour and a half on the same dirt road that we were cycling. So on the way we could see the Beagle Channel and the mountains of Tierra del Fuego, where we're gonna be hiking in the next few days. So looking at the sea, you can see the waves are pretty big and it's quite windy right now, the same or even stronger than in the morning. So I'm not sure why they didn't allow us to go in the morning, but they allowed us to go now. So this was not the first time they cancelled the boat ride. They also cancelled our boat ride to Isla Magdalena for seeing the penguins, and we had to wait another day. But this time we would have to book another accommodation, so we're pretty glad that we went this day. So on the other side you can see snow on the mountains, and those are actually glaciers, and we're gonna visit one glacier in next 2 days, so make sure you stay tuned for those videos.
I could stay like this, forever following you. Just don't get too far, and I'll be right where you are. You're a dream that I could finally see. I just want.
Alright, so we're almost at Isla Navarino port on the other side of the island, and you can see there are more mountains here, but I'm not sure if there are hiking paths here. We just have to wait a little bit for the boat. So while waiting for the boat, there was this gooseberry bush, and there are gooseberries on it that you could eat, but people picked the ripe ones, so these that are left are pretty sour. But I really like the gooseberries, and these are kind of different than the ones I see in Europe, but ripe gooseberries definitely taste really good.
Let's stay here, let's stay here in love.
Alright, so after about half an hour of waiting, we are finally boarding on the boat, and some people are bringing even their bicycles on the board. So it's still kind of windy, so we're hoping it's gonna be safe and we won't get a seasickness. Alright, so we're starting crossing the Beagle Channel, and first it was pretty quiet because we're going between these islands, but once we got behind these islands the water got pretty rough and it was pretty wild. So once we passed those little islands, the waves got really big, smashing on the side of the boat and in the window. An interesting thing was they didn't even give us the life vest, so if we were to capsize over, it would be really dangerous without life vests. Especially a small boat like this could capsize easily with the one bigger wave. Pretty glad that this tough ride took only about half an hour to 45 minutes, and we are going to Argentina, which we are reading pretty much economically the same. Prices of food and accommodation are the same, but we're reading online that people are a little bit more friendly than Chileans, so we're gonna see how it is. once we arrived to Ushuaia port, you could see the big ships because many cruise ships are stopping in Ushuaia. So first we had to go to the immigration office where we spent about half an hour waiting for our passports and to scan our luggage. Okay, so now we are officially in Argentina, Ushuaia, the southernmost city in the world and famous for the French TV show of adventure activities, hiking. So that's what we're gonna be doing for the next week or so. So hopefully it's gonna be good. So stay tuned for more videos from Argentina. And for now, stay healthy and stay adventurous.